What's going on, you guys? It's Ant, and today I'm going to be talking about UFC 278, so let's go ahead and get right into it. By the way, before I start this video, I'm only talking about the last 3 fights. I'm not going to talk about the whole card because this will be an extremely long video and you guys don't really care about the other fights. I think you guys only want to talk about the main fights that are happening on this card, so that's what we're going to do. But let's get into it. So first fight I'm going to be talking about is Jose Aldo versus Merabdivashvili. I might have butchered that name. I apologize if I did. But this is actually a pretty interesting fight. I think Jose Aldo does win this one, but I could see it go the other way. I seen Divashvili. His name is ridiculous. Divashvili. He fought who did he fight? Marlon Moraes, and I believe he got dropped. He got dropped a few times by Marlon Moraes, and then Marlon Moraes was like, I believe the fight went to like the 3rd round, and I believe Divashvili stopped him. Last time I remembered, I only saw the fight once, and I saw it live, and it was a pretty interesting fight. Listen, Jose Aldo is a very good striker, and I believe a lot better than Marlon Moraes in my honest opinion, especially nowadays. You know, obviously Marlon Moraes, is no longer a part of the UFC because he was on a huge losing streak. He did beat Jose Aldo, but I mean that was a controversial decision. If I'm being honest with you, they could have gave that fight to Jose Aldo. But I'm gonna go to Jose Aldo just because his leg kicks is gonna play a big factor, his striking is gonna play a big factor, and Divashvili. I mean, listen, he struggled against Marlon Moraes. You don't think he's gonna struggle against Jose Aldo? Let's be real. So I'm gonna go Jose Aldo. Listen, it's not over yet, and Jose Aldo's been proving that anything is possible in this sport. And he could be possibly fighting for the title soon, very soon. Who knows? I mean, I think this fight and maybe one more fight and he gets a title fight, or maybe even this fight, he gets a title fight after this. Who knows? I'm going to go Jose Aldo just because to me, I love me some Jose Aldo. I love his fighting style. I'm rooting for him to win this fight because I want to see if he's able to somehow win the Bantamweight Championship. I mean, if he is able to win the Bantamweight Championship, he's for sure one of the all-time greats. Like, I mean, he's already an all-time great, but he's like in the GOAT conversation. So that's just my honest opinion. I'm gonna go Jose Aldo. Co-main event is very interesting. I really hope that this fight does not get canceled last minute. I really hope, but I got a bad feeling. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. Now, I'm obviously very interested in this just because it's Luke Rockhold's return. I think the last time we seen him, he fought, I know he fought Blachowicz. I believe that's the last time he fought. He was Jan Blachowicz, and we know how that fight went. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go Paulo. Luke Rockhold's chin is absolutely horrible. And Paulo Costa hits very hard. Paulo Costa is an animal. And this is a huge layoff. I believe, what was the year that he fought? Was it 2019? 2019 was the last time. So it's been 3 years. There's going to be ring rust, 100%. And listen, he looks like he's in great shape. Luke Rockhold looks like he's in fantastic shape, actually. But Paulo Costa he's in fantastic shape too. It just all depends on, man. Let's see if that chin can hold up, especially against Paulo Costa. I doubt it, though. I highly doubt that chin is going to hold up. I'm thinking a knockout victory for Paulo Costa, probably in the 1st or 2nd round, if I'm being honest. But I'm very interested. I mean, Luke Rockhold, I feel like he needs to try and grapple with Paulo Costa, just because he's a lot better than him on the ground, on the feet. If he tries to fight with him on the feet, I think it's over. It's going to be done in the early rounds. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be really dangerous for Luke Rockhold, so he needs to try and grapple with him. And I don't know, Luke Rockhold, he could surprise us and possibly get maybe a submission victory. Maybe he can get a unanimous decision or a split or something like that, but I doubt that this happens against Paulo. Paulo Costa is a fantastic fighter, and I'm gonna say Paulo Costa wins, but I'm not counting Luke Rockhold out. I'm taking Paulo Costa though. Let's be real. Paulo Costa by round 1 KO. And by the way, for the Jose Aldo fight, I think it's gonna be a unanimous decision victory for Jose Aldo. I think he's gonna be able to just keep the fight on the feet and be able to, dominate on the feet, especially against Divashvili. So yeah, there you go. Paulo Costa with the victory. Main event time. So here's the main event: Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a betting man, if I wanted to put some money, I put my money on Leon. Here's the reason why. I can see Leon Edwards beat Kamaru Usman. I could see it. Now I'm gonna pick Kamaru, but like if I had some money on the side, I would have put a whole lot. Maybe a few dollars here, just because he is a plus 275. And listen, I could see Leon Edwards win this fight, and I could see him stopping Kamaru Usman. That might sound crazy, but let's be real. Leon Edwards is the most complete fighter that Kamaru Usman has faced. Even more than Colby Covington, in my honest opinion. The reason why is because Colby Covington, his striking, even though it's solid, it's pretty good, but Leon Edwards is such a better striker than Colby Covington. Like, way much better. He's way much... Like, I even think that Leon Edwards is better than Jorge Masvidal on the feet. Let's be real. So, man, honestly, I can see him stop him. Catch him with a head kick, and stop the fight that way. To be honest with you, I can see that happen. But I think a lot of people are gonna say that, oh, Kamaru Usman is just gonna wrestle, take him down, and dominate him for the whole fight. But that's 5 rounds. You got to do that with Leon, and Leon is a better fighter now than he was in 2015, 100%. I mean, we saw him what he did against Nate Diaz. I know he got rocked at the end, but listen, this is Leon Edwards has been training pretty much for over a year now for this fight specifically. He wanted the title shot ever since after he beat Nate Diaz. He was looking for this title fight against Kamaru Usman. He wants revenge, and I can see him. And I think Kamaru Usman is taking this 100% seriously because he knows that Leon Edwards is a threat. I mean, he says it himself that he's a little scared. But I feel like I think he said that he's scared for every fight because anything can happen in a fight. And Leon Edwards is a dangerous man. Man, I'm gonna go Kamaru, but I wouldn't be surprised if Leon Edwards wins. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was to bet on somebody, I'll put my money on Leon just because the betting odds is plus 275. I feel like that should be I feel like it should be a lot lower. What was that, a 3-1 underdog, pretty much? Because Kamaru Usman is a minus 330. Like, I would put my money on Leon Edwards. To be honest with you, I would. Just because Kamaru could get caught and maybe he will want to strike. Who knows? I feel like Kamaru is probably going to grapple. But there is that part of me that thinks like, okay, Kamaru Usman wants to strike. Like how we did with Jorge Masvidal in the second fight. He wanted to strike with him, and look what happened. He was successful. He was like, okay, I could do the same thing to Leon. And he could, but is he going to do it again? Who knows? Maybe, because, I mean, listen, he got rocked. Leon Edwards got rocked by Nate Diaz. He could definitely get rocked by Kamaru Usman for sure if he got rocked by Nate Diaz. Let's keep it real. So, I'm going Kamaru Usman. That's the safest bet, I guess. The safest bet is to go Kamaru. Dominate him for majority of the rounds. Probably have him against the cage. Try and take him down. Maybe he'll be successful a good amount of times. Enough for him to win the fight. It will probably be 3-2. Kamaru Usman unanimous decision. Or it could be a split decision. But I'm going to go Kamaru Usman. But listen, don't sleep on Leon. And I'm honestly rooting for Leon Edwards to win this fight. I think I want to see a different champion, and Leon Edwards has been kind of, he's been kind of like a joke, like a running joke in the MMA community. Everybody kind of makes fun of Leon Edwards just because of his fights always getting canceled, and then what happened to him in the last fight with him and what's his name, Nate Diaz. He's been a running joke, and I really hope that he proves a lot of people wrong, and I hope he wins this fight. If Usman wins, I really wouldn't care. Like, I would be fine with it regardless. I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Leon, So, if Usman wins, it is what it is. So, that's pretty much the end of the video. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Peace.